Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today, I'm going to show you a 1920s percolator hack. Stay tuned. One of the problems that you run into when you purchase these old coffee percolators, and this is a Comet brand 5-cup, so makes a pretty decent pot for a couple of fellas. It's got a glass top, but besides sometimes missing some of the internal parts, one of the things that you will notice is if they're used over a campfire or on a grill, anything like that, you're going to discover that the bottom of the handle here, and this one is just like so many of them, but it's been burnt away. Again, the heat gets to this. Sometimes they're made of wood, sometimes Bakelite like this one, but you're going to find that this is going to be an issue, and if you're going to continue to use it in the outdoors, we need to have some sort of a guard or repair for that. Well, it just so happens that they did come up with a fix for this way back in the 1920s. And I want to thank the fellas at the Bannerman's Camp Outdoors. Someone found an old ad where it shows what this looked like. And back in the day, evidently you could order these or purchase them perhaps at a hardware store. I've looked, I can't find anything, but I came up with a hack that I think you're going to like. It's going to help your pot last over the fire. It's going to keep from burning the handle. Let's get to that right now. To make this project, you're going to need a few simple tools. Of course, first of all, you're going to need your coffee percolator with the handle. It's important that there's a screw that fastens each end of this in. You can see there's a hole here to access that screw head. You need a spoon or two, maybe one to practice on. You can find these a lot of times at secondhand stores really cheap. These are just the old silver plated. They're not really worth much, and they're pretty lightweight. That's important. Remember, we're working with lightweight campware, and we don't want to add a massive amount of weight to it. You're going to need some sort of a screwdriver. This is just a small pocket-sized screwdriver and a nice little leather pouch to carry it in, a pair of pliers, and then you're going to need a drill with a bit that is about the same size as the screw that you're going to use that goes in through here. The first thing that you want to do is take the little flathead screwdriver and you want to get in here where the screw hole is and you want to loosen these a little bit. The top one perhaps needs to be loosened also, but the bottom one needs to come all the way out. Okay. There we have the screw, and it's probably a good idea when you get this out to go ahead and put a little oil on here because these are just old metal screws and they will rust. You can see there is a bit of a divot here where this screws in, and you can run that in and out, like I said, with a little bit of oil just to make sure that it fastens in well. The next thing we want to do is take the spoon and we want to kind of see about how far out this will come. So it looks like that's going to cover it pretty well. And we're going to take the pliers and we're going to very gently put a bend right here in the spoon. You don't want to break it. Again, I'm just bending it up like this. Just go very slow until we have something that looks like that, almost like a ladle. And you can work on this just a little bit. Again, don't flex this a lot or it will break off. You could use a piece of aluminum for this, of course, but an old spoon works really well. The next thing we want to do is we want to approximate where this is going to go. So if we put the handle back on, we're going to see that it's going to attach about right here. And so we can see that we need to put a hole in the spoon at about that spot. Hopefully you can see that well. So right about in there. Take your screwdriver or some kind of a marker and scratch a little bit of a spot so you know approximately where that needs to be drilled. Once we have that spot marked, we take the drill and we put it right in the very center. Now you're going to notice there's not a lot left over on the side, so this has to be pretty precise. I'm going to get that just about as perfect as we can. You may have to move it around a little bit. And then we're going to just start drilling. You may find that it's helpful to hold the spoon with one hand or have someone help you. As you finish that up, you want to make sure that it goes all the way through like that. Then we need to make sure that the bolt will go through. And it will, and we've got enough on each side that it hasn't severely weakened it. Now we've got some burrs on this, And so we want to take a file and just very gently knock that down. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to cut this off or bend it back and forth with a pair of pliers. Just make sure you be careful because you've weakened it right here, so it's probably better to use a metal cutting saw like a hacksaw. But we want to put it on somewhere like this. You can kind of see how that fits, just like so. But we need to cut this off so that we've got enough that this can still fasten onto it. Okay, so it may not be easy to cut through this. It's kind of hard to hold, but when you get it scored all the way across, you can hold the handle, grab this here with the pliers, and then simply gently work it back and forth until it breaks. We're going to end up with this. Now we do need to take the file and smooth that off because that's pretty sharp. It's got some jagged edges. Alright, that's pretty smooth. Doesn't feel bad at all. There's no sharp edges anymore. And now we're ready to install it. Now there's one more step that we need to do. The way that this is made, this handle recesses over top of this nut. So we're going to have to cut off a little bit of this handle using the hacksaw. Alright, now that we have that done, you probably want to take and smooth this off just a little bit. Alright, we've got that nicely smoothed off. You can kind of see what it looks like. So it's going to fasten on something like this. That little bit of a peg sticking out, that's all right. So first we reinstall the top of the handle, just keeping it loose. You don't want to tighten it down quite yet, so we need to have a little bit of play here. And then putting the lower screw in, we see that it sticks out just a little bit there at the bottom. You can see that. And over top of that, we will slide the spoon, just like this, over that hole. And now, we'll go ahead and tighten this down. And now the top one. Alright, our handle's back on, and that's actually pretty sturdy on there. Doesn't want to move around. And now we've effectively protected the bottom of this Bakelite handle, or if it is a wooden handle, we've protected it from the fire. You can see what that looks like. So I think this is a really cool hack, something that I think it's fun to do. It's just an old spoon. This is just an old beat up one that I found at the Salvation Army store. And I think that this will go a long way toward protecting my pot next time I put it over the fire when I'm out camping. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure and check out the links in the description box below just under the More button. While you're down there, you'll also find our waypointsurvival.com link. And this is where you can sign up to take survival and bushcraft classes at our beautiful training facility in Southern Ohio. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos, and we'll talk to you next time.